Hi everybody, my name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food. How are you today? Hey, have you been hangry lately? Do you know what hangry is? Hangry is hungry and angry at the same time. Ooh, two things we have to look out for, especially when we combine them. And then it's almost like we've been given a permission slip to eat the wrong things. And I don't want you guys to be hangry. Hangry is when you're pushed at your job, pushed at home, pushed with responsibilities, phone calls that need to be returned, pieces of mail that need to be addressed, emails from people that start off with that passive aggressive, haven't heard from you for a while. You know those things, and they slowly eat at you. So suddenly, you find yourself wanting to eat at them. There, I'll show them. I'll shut them up. I'll just have myself some blankety blank. And does that work? No, it's momentary, as we come to find out, sadly. That wonderful, gorgeous whatever lasts probably less than a half hour, maybe even less than 15 minutes. And then it's gone. And then maybe you'll have some guilty, shamey regrets and remorse about having it. Maybe you'll feel, oh, I just fell off that wagon. And I was on the wagon with all those other pickles, all those other websites that I listened to, people high-fiving each other on losing either inches or weight or non-scale victories. And I just stepped away from that. I just dropped the accountability to myself and went out. Why did I do that? Why was I not very nice to myself that way? And then you're angry again, and you could be hangry again. And if you're like me and maybe others, after eating something like that, then you start doing the rules. The self-made rules to yourself. Okay, that's it. No dinner. Not going to have it. And so maybe you go without dinner. Is that really going to make any difference? No. And so I don't want you guys to start playing that head game because you lost your momentum with your food plan and had something that wasn't intended. Now, it's a totally different thing if you track something. Say, everybody's going out for an ice cream tonight. You know that. It's a done deal. You're with family members. It might be a special sort of occasion. And so it's going to happen, right? And so, okay. So rather than being the spoil sport, or rather than diving in and hurting yourself and your food program, you track something. Say you're going to have a small vanilla dish of like the soft serve. And you even bring a little container of berries to put on it. So while everybody is having their dripping and maybe a grained cone that you don't need anymore, and jimmies and sauces and whipped cream and cherries and all that kind of stuff, you can be having your tracked abstinent dessert. It works, doesn't it? And sure, they're going to think you're weird for bringing your own fresh fruit with you. So what? They're also looking at your butt when you walk away from them with something, and they're saying, wow, that food plan she's on is really working. Oh, Because not everybody roots for our success. They want to see some failure. Why? Because it makes them feel that they've got company. Because they have no intention of putting in the work, the hours, the time into establishing their tracker online and putting in their food every morning. Putting in your food, that's so... Really? Can't you just eat less? Yeah, I could, but I've tried that. It doesn't work for me. And eating less is not the secret to weight loss. That's a newsflash. Did you get that memo? I did. So, don't be hangry. You want to enjoy your day. You want to enjoy what you're eating. You want it to be nutritionally dense. Sure, of course. The purpose is to get more healthy as well as to maybe drop some pounds. Dropping the pounds is the bonus ball. Getting healthy is the key, because there are some irreversible things that happen when you get older that it's like, oh, I wish I had. Well, you didn't. So don't let yourself be hangry. Now, for me, I talk about it all the time. I eat between 11 and noonish, and I have a substantial meal. It's my first meal of the day, and it's big in abundance, but it's not big in calories or carbs. For example, today I'll probably have one scrambled organic, range-free, all that blah blah egg, and scrambled, and I'm going to have a small peach with 4 strawberries, my little version of a fruit salad. I'm going to have a half a tomato with some Himalayan salt on it. To me, that's heaven. I'm going to have a mini organic cucumber. That's kind of fun. And I know there's something else. It'll come to me, or maybe it won't. But anyway, so it looks like quite the table is set, and it holds me over. And then I have my midday coffee latte with a tablespoon of Calapo coconut oil, and half a tablespoon of Zyla, and probably 12 ounces of coconut almond milk, and I make that into a latte, which is very much like my bulletproof latte in the morning. But I have maca powder in that, and butter, and brain octane oil. So I guess it's really not the same. It's just a relative, because it's done in the NutriBullet, and it's done with the milk, and so forth. And so the point, back to the point, here's one. The point of having what I have for lunch is making sure that there is enough fat and protein, whatever that winning combination is for your belly, that says, I'm going to be okay for the next 5 hours. Because you want to give your stomach 5 hours in between your meals. That's what Dr. Eric Berg says. And I like what Dr. Eric Berg says. And it makes sense for me. So, if I'm eating at 11, then I can eat again after 4. And so I want to have that 5 hours of where I'm not getting hangry. I'm not letting the stress build up. I'm not letting it get to me, them, it, even myself, even my tracker. Wah, it's already filled up and I don't think I've got enough of what I want. Well, okay, so plan it for the next day. I hope you are working your tracker, because it keeps a consistency in your life, and it keeps you focused. It keeps you and your food program focused, so the other stuff can be taken care of. So when a hangry moment happens, it's not going to wreck the day. It's not going to wreck your tomorrow either. Because we all know that anger is a very, very long-lasting emotion if we don't deal with it. They say it's the secondary emotion, that there's something underneath that's really getting it. And I get that. And so maybe you're angry that you have to do this. Maybe you're angry that your doctor came down a little bit harder on you this time because you didn't take his advice the time before, or the time before, or the decade before. You know, as I'm reading the Presto book by Penn Jillette, you know, it's very, very interesting. His doctor was telling him this stuff all along, and he was just like, forget about it. I'm just a big, fat, funny guy, not feeling so funny on the inside. And so not letting yourself get extra hungry, you know, that you don't have to go without. I mean, when I listen to these podcasts, people are talking about, you know, 1,500 to 2,000 calories a day for a woman. That's right. And so you can lose weight on that. It's your ratios, it's your macros. You know, if you're if you're having a balanced diet, not the sad diet, the standard American diet, but a balanced food plan where you're getting enough fats and you're getting enough protein, not too much, but it's balanced. And the carbs that you're having are refined. What is unrefined? Excuse me. Whoops. Freudian. The carbs you're having are unrefined. What's an unrefined carb versus a refined carb? It's the difference between broccoli and a piece of bread. A piece of bread is an unrefined carbohydrate. It is filled with overly processed wheat flour, or something that's packaged, or a pasta, or a dessert, or cookie. Those sort of things are unrefined. Excuse me. Whoops, more bulletproof. Refined. Unrefined are fruits, are veggies, are things like that you can have that are filled with fiber, because you're going to have all of whatever it is. If you're going to have the apple, you're going to have the skin. If you're going to have the carrot, wash it, but don't peel it. Have that dirty outside that's containing an awful lot of great things, according to Dr. Josh Axe. Just axe him. Nah. So anyway, be careful of being hangry. Deadly. Deadly. Not good for your relationships, not good for your blood pressure, not good for your stress level. Maybe it won't be good for your food program, because when all else fails, and you've even kicked the dog and the cat and been growling to all of your family members as you come home from work and throw your stuff down and being hangry about something, well, then you take it out and you self-sabotage yourself, because why not? At the very end, hurt yourself too. So be very careful of being hangry. Make sure you get enough healthy fats and all the other good stuff. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe and comment below. Bye-bye for now.